The movie begins with the exorcism, the real-life exorcism of David Glatzel. And this was a Catholic Church-approved exorcism. This really happened.
What's happening, buddy? Are you okay?
That is the pivotal kind of starting point of our movie. It's also dealing with a side of these movies that we've never seen.
Conjuring 1 and Conjuring 2 were very insular movies. They were strategically haunted house movies.
Doesn't that seem strange to you? We're here. Glatzels live here, just 15 minutes away. Jessica lived 180 miles from here.
And we'd step outside the walls of the Glatzel's house.
The Glatzel house, you know, it's a big old Victorian home, and when I was designing this one, we were doing the aging with my painters and stuff. I'm like, don't make it look like a haunted house because this isn't that. What comes into the house is what's demonic. Actually, the house suffers. As a kid, when you move through a house that's large, there's so much more opportunity for things to happen that your imagination rolls. There's plenty of dark places to be, and so I wanted to give that feel for this house as well.
I think specifically this project, because it involved some really key moments like an exorcism with a child, I think it's very difficult to kind of look at that in a sort of broad way without really kind of thinking, okay, how are we actually going to achieve this?
The first thing that makes that sequence so powerful is that it's real. It's a documented, church-approved exorcism. We actually even have a recording of it, which we're going to probably be playing at the during our end credits. And it's really harrowing, and it's really hard to listen to.
Get out of my son. Get out of my son. Get out. Get away from my son. No! I'm your mother. David, wake up.
When you hear the exorcism of a young 10-year-old boy, I mean, it's really traumatic to listen to. That alone just kind of puts it into the ballpark of something that's really unsettling.
It was a tough one, because I remember movies like The Exorcist, where the sort of the quintessential exorcism of all movies, and trying to sort of do the things that modern-day audiences would be wowed by. And then I was fortunate enough to be introduced to Emerald Wolf, our contortionist.
I love scary people.
You do?
Yes, it's one of my favorite things about contortion. They don't think it's natural. They don't think a body should be able to do that.
It was a combination of our real actor and a contortionist which took his place. It speaks to the Conjuring tradition, which is these, in-camera effects and these in-camera gags, which, has a long filmmaking tradition.
Really wanted to achieve things in camera as much as possible. Having a human being that could actually do some of that stuff and actually exceed expectations of what we were hoping to achieve was pretty special.
I was in the scene where David, his body starts bending, and it's breaking all his bones, and he's in a lot of pain.
That was the first time a lot of people had seen her version of what she was going to do.
I mean, there was moments like on set where like everybody gasped, and legitimate looks of shock at what was happening in front of them.
I think they were all kind of creeped out and slightly horrified.
Patrick and Vera are grounding the scene with the intensity and the emotion that it always needs. It helps when you're in a scene with an exorcism and you're looking at a contortionist and she is twisting her body in these impossible ways.
If an actor is kind of wowed by something that they're seeing before their eyes, then you hope to think that the audience is going to receive some of that too.
That's been really exciting to watch that. Every department keeps pushing itself and pushing itself.
So we put dots on actors' faces because what we try to do is we try to give points that the 3D software and the artists who drive that software can track onto. We photograph that talent. We're going to take that onto a 3D version of their face to then replace the photography of either the stunt performer or the contortionist, just to give that level of intensity that a real actor can't give because their face isn't peeling off, or whatever the final result is.
As dark as the story we're telling is, it's really an affectionate group of people. It's a family, and it's nice coming back and checking in with each other every 2 years because we're all very, very connected.
I think that that's one of the reasons that people keep coming back to these movies, and especially keep coming back to the Warrens, is we love these guys. We love them as a couple, and we love to go with them on these journeys into darkness, into facing the demonic. Having them as that life raft is really powerful, and I think people really enjoy it.
I'm Ed Warren. This is my wife, Lorraine.